explain. And even if it started raining, you wouldn't hear this boy complain.
Good morning, everyone. It's a brand new day on Breakfast Television, and we're so glad to have you along for the ride. Thank you for waking up with BT. I'm Devo Brown.
And I'm Melanie Ng. We have a jam-packed show to kick off this week. You're going to notice that things look a little different around here. We're in a new studio with a new set, a new desk, and a new look.
Good morning. I'm Karen Ciolin, and as always, we will have you covered with news, weather, and traffic.
And stay tuned, because we're going to announce our new BT co-host later this morning. But we want to acknowledge, first of all, we're a few minutes late, and again, it's a new set, lots going on. I may have kicked a chord or two and unplugged things, so it's a great start.
Just blame Devo.
Right? Yeah. To the Monday here in the brand new studio, but we are excited. There's a lot going on this morning. We appreciate you being with us this morning as well. Let's get you updated right now, because a lot happened over the weekend. Karen Ciolin has your top stories.
Just days after being sworn in, Mark Carney is in Europe this week for his first overseas trip as Prime Minister. In a show of solidarity amid Trump's trade war, the American flags are coming down in Mississauga and will replace the stars and stripes with the maple leaf instead. The TTC is stepping up fare enforcement on buses. They say they'll lose $140 million a year due to people not paying. This is Monday, March 17th. You're watching BT. We are coming up on 6:07 here on BT. Well, most of the kids in the GTA are back to school. It is the first day back after the March break, and that temperature roller coaster continues. Let's say good morning now to our Frank Ferragini. Frank, it's kind of like the first day of school for you and I.
Yeah, we're in a new spot. It's all shiny and brand new, that is. And 5 minutes late is pretty much on time for Devo Brown.
Hey, come on.
What? I just speak the truth. And as you said, yes, indeed. A little bit of a roller coaster. We're really happy to be here this morning and happy to guide you through this first morning where everybody gets back to school and back to work. I want to show you a beautiful look at the skies that we saw through the weekend, Karen. There's a look at what we saw in Port Credit and a little bit of a Saturday sunrise. What's in store for us today? A little chilly conditions out there this morning. Just prepare for temperatures right now at Pearson at -2. We have -2 into Windsor, 2 degrees this morning over towards Ottawa with wind chills, and those winds out of the north currently feels about -9. In terms of the satellite and radar, morning cloud cover is what we'll wake up to. Could see some light flurries through the morning hours. We've been seeing some of that over just to the west of London. However, today clearing skies leading us to a pretty good looking day. For a Monday, daytime highs today 6. Tomorrow will be mainly sunny skies and a high of 8, that is 14 degrees. I'm getting ahead of myself. 14 degrees as we get into Wednesday with some cloud cover. Showers, it's about a 60% risk into Thursday. Friday, you'll see temperatures of 6. We'll stay there through Saturday, but temperatures getting colder again Saturday night down to -4. And then there you could even see a little bit of an evening mix on Sunday. A daytime high of +4, which is really right around seasonal for this time of year. But once again for today, temperatures of 6 degrees, clearing skies. We'll get out of those morning flurries, and happy Monday. Now let's take a look at those roads.
And this is a look here at the 401 at Avenue Road. As you can see here, traffic in both directions is up to speed this hour. Mark Carney is kicking off his first full week as Prime Minister with a trip to Europe to shore up support and strengthen alliances. Carney will first visit French President Emmanuel Macron in Paris today. He'll then go on to London to meet with UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer. He'll also have an audience with King Charles. Now, Carney's trip will end in Canada's north. His meetings in Paris and London are expected to cover security and how to deepen economic and trade ties in the wake of threats from President Donald Trump. France has not yet ratified Canada's free trade deal with the European Union. Carney's office also confirms the Prime Minister spoke with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky last night and invited him to the G7 summit in Canada this summer. Canada's ambassador to the U.S. says Prime Minister Mark Carney is looking to get President Trump on the phone as soon as possible.
Over 91% of Canadians are, not interested in a discussion around joining the U.S., so I think he takes that seriously. I think Prime Minister Carney will be looking to speak with the President as soon as possible and looking to forge a good and solid relationship.
Have they
reached out from either side yet?
We reached out, yeah, and we're looking forward to having that, having them connect.
During an interview with Fox News, Ambassador Kirsten Hillman sidestepped a question on whether she believes there's anything Canada can do to avoid reciprocal tariffs that Trump is set to impose starting next month. She says the new Prime Minister respects Trump's economic goals, but adds Carney is also looking to grow Canada's economy. Carney has not yet made any plans to visit the U.S. One of Ontario's biggest cities has started removing American flags, saying it will stop flying the Stars and Stripes amid the ongoing trade war.
Since we're in a trade war, I don't see why not.
I think taking down a flag is, I don't know, I don't think it really does anything in the grand scheme of things.
We're first. We need to put our country first, bottom line.
Mississauga Mayor Carolyn Parrish says the city has begun taking down American flags along Lake Ontario and sports arenas after getting multiple requests. Parrish says U.S. flags have previously been on display to welcome our neighbors as many boaters come into the city's Port Credit during the summer. However, the American flags will remain at the Paramount Fine Food Center due to international sports leagues that play there. That, of course, includes the Raptors 905 and Toronto Rock. Here in Toronto, Mayor Olivia Chow and other members of her economic action team will provide an update on the city's response to tariffs and their economic impact at 11 this morning. Well, make sure you don't forget to tap if you're hopping on the TTC this morning. The transit agency is stepping up its enforcement of fare evasion, sending more inspectors onto transit routes starting today. Our Catalina Gillies is joining us live now with everything you need to know. Catalina, good morning.
Good morning, Karen. That's right. The TTC says they are expanding their fare inspection program, which is already in place on streetcars and at subway stations through to the entire network. So that now includes buses. The TTC says they lose roughly $140 million a year due to fare invasion. So this is their way of cracking down. Those ticketed for fare invasion could face fines up to $425. The TTC says that in order to maximize efficiency, the inspection will be carried out on bus platforms at integrated stations rather than on the buses themselves. Customers could also be required to show proof of payment between exiting buses and entering the subway system. TTC CEO Greg Percy said in a news release, despite a significant operating subsidy from the City of Toronto, the TTC still relies heavily on the fare box to fund our service. When people don't pay, that impacts our ability to increase service and keep fares down. All fare inspectors will be uniformed and equipped with body-worn cameras to record customer interactions. And this is the third new fare invasion initiative implemented in the last 3 months. Already, the TTC has started closing the no-tap fare gates at subway stations, and back in December, they introduced plainclothes officers. We'll be speaking with some TTC riders to get their reaction on this new measure, and we'll have that for you later in the show. Sending it back to you, Karen.
Okay, Catalina, we'll check in with you shortly. Thank you. It is 6:13 here on BTS. We head to break. We would like to acknowledge that we are broadcasting live on the ancestral territories of the Anishinaabe, the Wendat, the Haudenosaunee, and since 1805, the treaty lands of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. We would also like to acknowledge the many Indigenous nations who call Turtle Island home. Much more BT just after this.